Hey guys, what's up? So today's video is going to be about water propagation of pothos. They're also called money plant. Money plant propagation is very easy, very basic tools are required, and the best part is that you can recycle old water bottles for this purpose. Money plant can survive in medium to low light conditions, hence this makes them a great addition to your indoor house plants. Okay, so the first step is to get the cutting from the mother plant, and for that very basic tools are required. Here I have the regular pair of scissors, and you can use any pair of scissors, and then you have the gardening shears, the pruning shears. They're available at the local plant shop, the hardware stores, even online. So I've decided to use the pruning shears over here. Okay, so I will be taking cutting from this plant over here. As you can see, it's quite full of healthy and fresh leaves. I'm going to be using this portion as I need a bit longer cutting for the different container sizes that I'm using for this video. You can see a lot of visible nodes with healthy and fresh leaves, and if we zoom in on this portion over here, you can see the teeny tiny brown structures. These structures are called nodes. They are very important because aerial roots will grow from here. So whenever you make a cutting, make sure these are present in it because these nodes are very important. So anyways, now we are going to come towards our cutting. I will be using this entire length for my cutting because I'm using a long neck container, and I will be marking this as my last node, and I will cut below it. So I will take my gardening shears, pruning shears, and just below this node I will make a 45-degree angle cut, just like that. It is very easy, very simple, and now I have a cutting. Okay, so this is what the cutting looks like. I'm very much satisfied with the bunch of leaves on it and its length, and since I'm using a long neck container, so I'm going to remove a couple of bottom leaves, and the reason why I'm removing the bottom leaves is to get a small leafless stem portion which can then easily slide in the container. And make sure to be gentle while doing so because we do not want to damage the nodes. So this portion is going to slide inside the water container, and these leaves that we have just removed, we're going to use them for composting. So this portion will go inside the water container, and it has 3 nodes. These nodes are important because aerial roots will grow from them. Okay, so these are the cuttings that I've collected from the mother plant, and I will be demonstrating on them. So if we zoom in on this cutting over here, you can see nodes. These are the brown structures, and they're very important because aerial roots will grow from here. So that is why I am repeating again and again about them. Okay, so now I will share 2 different methods to propagate the pothos cuttings. Number 1 is to separate the leaves with their respective nodes, and in order to do so we need to make 45-degree angle cuts just like that. Now the green stem portion that you see between these cuttings, I have marked this with red line, which you can see over here. This is useless, or you can throw it in your composting bag. So after discarding this green stem portion, you will be left with 3 separate leaf cuttings. Note that all of these 3 separate leaf cuttings have their respective nodes. So this is the final result. These are the 3 separate leaf cuttings, and these are their nodes. Okay, so option 2 is applicable when you want a longer stem cutting with a bunch of leaves on it. For this method, just remove few of the bottom leaves if you want to, and then slide the cutting in your water container. This method is for long water containers. Also, I prefer this method over option number 1 because it is more likely for the new leaves to grow and for the stem to trail than in option number 1. So now I'm going to demonstrate option number 1 by separating the leaves. This green portion that you see over here, I'm going to remove this by making a 45-degree angle cut just like that. Now I'm going to make another cut above this node, and I have a separate leaf cutting. So going to repeat this for this portion as well. These are the leaf cuttings. Okay, on this cutting, aerial root is growing from middle node. I'm going to separate all these leaves by making 45-degree angle cuts. For this stem cutting, I'm going to repeat the same process. I'm going to separate all of the leaves by making 45-degree angle cuts. Just remember that the nodes are very important. For this cutting, I'm not going to separate the leaves. I'm going to keep it as it is. Now I'm going to use this shallow container. I'm going to fill tap water in it. Now I'm going to carefully place all of my option number 1 separate leaf cuttings in it. I am going to add a few more leaf cuttings to give it a full look. And there you go. Okay, so for this longer cutting with a bunch of leaves on it, I am using this long neck container. This is going to hold the long stem in place. Just gonna fill this up with tap water and carefully slide the stem inside. For this final cutting, I'm going to separate leaves with their respective nodes, and I'm going to place them in the same shallow container. Okay, so keep these containers near a well-lit window. Do open the window for fresh air and ventilation. Change the water once a week or whenever the water gets dirty. Also, don't take them outside because while I was filming this tutorial, a lot of my cuttings got dull. So the outside conditions are harsh for these plant cuttings. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, just share them in the comment section down below. For more plant updates, you can visit my Instagram account. The link to it is mentioned in the description down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, for future video notifications, don't forget to hit the bell icon. So that's all for now. Have a great day.